Well, I wanted to thank today's special guest, and I do mean special, this human being who I had the good fortune of meeting last year at AIM Expo, Miss Chera Gibb. You are the, I don't want to mess up your name, so I'm going to go ahead and cheat, Senior VP Marketing North America of Arrowhead Engineered Products. Now, that is a huge mouthful because you clearly
Yes.
are a very important person in the industry. Arrowhead Engineered Products, can you give me the quick background of who that is and what you all do?
Yeah, we are focused on aftermarket parts that are focused on outdoor power equipment, agriculture, heavy duty trucks, power sports. Basically, when you're either working or having fun, we have the parts to keep you running.
I love that. That's awesome. But
Mhm.
for all intents and purposes for today, we're going to chat about two companies that are underneath that umbrella that have a little bit more
Yeah,
name recognition. Is that fair? A little bit more
yeah,
name
absolutely.
recognition, which is Western Power Sports, and then also All Balls Racing Group. Those have
Yes.
a little bit more name recognition out here. So those are just two
Mhm.
of the brands that you work with. So I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit. I know that you just got back from an awesome event called
Mhm.
Heydays. And then also, what's been going on in your neck of the woods this summer? What are you excited about? What's launching? What's new? What's going on?
Well, first off, I've seen you at AIM. I've moved to Idaho, so I actually work out of the Western Power Sports location, which is great and exciting. But really, for the two businesses, there's a lot happening right now. So we just came off of Heydays, which is a great event for both Western Power Sports and All Balls Racing Group. We're doing a lot more collaboration. For example, we're giving away a Polaris General that is suited with like Sedona tires and all of the great brands from Western. And then we're
Ooh.
sweepstaking it under the All Balls Racing Group. So when we were at Heydays, we had the opportunity to bring the two companies together in that type of an event. And then we also did a lot of collaboration on T-shirts. Like we sold T-shirts that had Heydays and Western and All Balls Racing Group with all of our brands. It's over 20 brands when you put them together in our exclusive brand area. So it's been a great joining of forces because we're taking a great brand, all the brands that fall under All Balls Racing Group, like Vertex and All Balls Racing, Pivot Works, Hot Cams, and the Western Power Sports team has just been killing it in the market with those. We're also looking at ways that we can leverage some of the other companies that we bought. Like it won't be known to this audience, but we bought a golf car parts accessories company and they make windshields. So we're looking at how can we bring windshields over into Open Trail, which is one of the Western Power Sports brands. So it affords us a lot of opportunity from a new product development standpoint to take those manufacturing opportunities and also, combining our great sales knowledge on both sides with those brands. I don't know if you're aware of it, but we're also in the final stages of completing an acquisition of Beer, which is one of the largest European distributors of power sports. So once we add that portfolio to our whole power sports breadth of line, we're really excited to bring them into the family of power sports. So tons happening on this side for sure.
I did catch that. I caught that press release, by the way. Beer, I believe, is
Mhm.
a French company. And so does that open some doors and distribution channels for you in Europe?
Oh, for sure. We're
Okay.
already really excited with our Fly brand, which is world renowned. On how can we use those doors that are now opening to bring some of our other brands over? How can we engage with the athletes that Beer has and Vertex, who we own over in Italy? So for us, it helps to make some of our core brands like Fly Racing. We just feel it's going to elevate it to a whole new place.
Yeah, I'm sure that it does. I think that's so cool. One of the things that I love chatting with you about is that we had time to talk about what kind of the mission statement or what the culture is at Arrowhead. And the thing that kept coming up to me was when you acquire these companies, you're acquiring them because they are great companies that already have a culture that fits into
Mhm.
yours. and just
Mhm.
letting them do what they do best and letting them
Yeah.
shine. And I
Yeah.
think that that really speaks to this kind of like rising tides raises all boats by
Right.
utilizing, the research and development over here that could
Mhm.
apply to this company
Mhm.
over here. And
Absolutely.
then now, because they're underneath one umbrella, like now they can share that R&D across the platforms and create
Yeah.
exciting new products for everybody in all sorts of different markets.
Yeah. I know there was a concern when Arrowhead bought Western Powersports, was like, oh no, we've seen this movie play out before and it's not good. But Western Powersports is a great company. It's doing well. They do many things outstanding. There's no reason for us to try to wreck that. Like I live in Boise now. I'm, immersed in the culture there, which really isn't different than Arrowhead. One of our identities is real people who get shit done. And, Western, yeah, you've got Western who's like work hard, play hard. So the two just match.
Yeah, I love that. And I also wanted to touch on and chat with you a little bit about I've had the good fortune of going and visiting some motorcycle and power sports dealerships this past summer. The conversation about aftermarket, there's two different things I wanted to touch on. One, how is your supply chain? Is it being affected at all with your companies underneath the Arrowhead umbrella?
Well, I mean, I think all organizations have had to navigate through all of this supply chain issue. We've all seen the map of all of the carriers stuck out in the water. I would say that Arrowhead overall takes a pretty aggressive stand on inventory. We know that we have to have inventory or our customers will go somewhere else, right? So
Yeah,
um, it's not that it's been an easy road to navigate, but we're definitely sitting on a healthy amount of inventory ready to
cool.
serve customers.
That's awesome. That's such a smart position to be in instead of a lot of these companies that were running a little lean, thinking,
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't want to have their cash flow tied up in inventory. And now I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
folks are really stuck because there's stuff that's not going to show up here for a little while. So I think that's a really, really smart move on your neck
Mm-hmm.
of the woods. And I've been, I preach to dealerships all the time when I have a chance to go if I'm representing different brands or products or things. And the thing that I say a lot is you have to have it if you're going to sell it. You
Yeah,
have to have it in your
absolutely.
hand. So I did see that several months ago there was a lawsuit filed against Harley Davidson about aftermarket and about the right to repair. How
Oh, yeah.
does that affect your company or your business? I mean, you're in the aftermarket space. This has to be something that is a concern.
We're definitely keeping an eye on that. I'm one of the committee members on MIC, so that's one of the topics that are is issued that we look at. Um, right now, we're observing and seeing how it impacts us. We want, of course, to be able to have our parts on units as needed.
Yeah.
But right now, we're just we're observing. I would say.
It's an observing position versus an aggressive, a little bit more putting yourself out there position.
I would say right now.
Okay. I just thought that conversation is really, really interesting, especially being in the
Mm-hmm.
aftermarket space. I did catch a couple of companies, Vance and Hines being one of them, who is absolutely pretty aggressively putting it out there that they are very supportive of, shutting down this whole like it'll ruin the warranty and all those sorts of conversations that's been
Yeah,
going on for a
absolutely.
million years. I
Mm-hmm.
think that that is just a really I mean, I think that if you're in the aftermarket space, you have to take that position. This is literally your
Oh,
business.
absolutely. That's true. And it impacts us also in outdoor power equipment. I mean, that right to repair does go across all of our channels. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So what's next? Where are we headed? What's next for everybody over at we'll just say All Balls Racing Group and Western Power Sports? What's the next big move?
I think for us, it's really leveraging our exclusive brands. We're going to be announcing something pretty exciting with a partnership, from Western
No.
Powersports side that you'll see in the next few weeks. I can't say what it is, but
Come
we're very
on,
excited about it.
Chera. I, I love breaking news over here at On the
I've,
Throttle.
I've
Come on,
seen the press
give us a
release.
tiny hint. Give us a tiny hint.
Yeah, but you'll see us continue to put a large effort behind All Balls Racing, um, Vertex, all of the pivot works. You'll continue to see exerted efforts with our Fly Racing brand, Open Trail, which is ATV, UTV, which is a very important part of our business. And then Hard Drive
Yeah.
from the V Twin side. We, if you were at Sturgis, which I think you were, weren't you?
Oh yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I thought I saw that. But when we went to Sturgis this year, Hard Drive had a whole new truck. I mean, we are really working to elevate those brands. So I would say our exclusive brands that we're working on, the development and engineering of, you'll see a lot more push in those areas.
That's awesome. I'm
And
super
then other
looking
funding.
forward to it. Yeah, I think you guys do such exciting, cool things. I love the fact that, you can, like you've mentioned a couple of times, you can leverage these partnerships and make
Mm-hmm.
one brand kind of partner up with another brand. And then I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Rising tides raises all boats. I think there's room
Yep.
for plenty of companies to work together in
Mm-hmm.
order to cross promote each other. I think that the
Yep.
whole like standalone business model is kind of outdated, if that's just my two
Yeah.
cents. I I think companies have to play together in order to stay together out here in this
Yep.
industry. So I think that's super
Absolutely.
cool. Are you still signing folks up or giving away or raffling this Polaris?
Yes, that goes through the end of October, like mid October. It's called winthisbeast.com. So you can go to winthisbeast.com and take a look at it. Last year we gave away a razor and it was really pimped up to be more of a fast speed, racing thing. This one is more appealing to like outdoor hunting, a different group. We've had
Yeah.
a lot of interaction online when we had people pick the camo that they liked, but it's totally tricked
Yeah.
out. It's fun. So
Oh,
win
I
this
think
piece.
that's super, super cool. I love it. Well, I love featuring, of course, the opportunity to win free stuff here on the show. So
Yeah.
we will leave it at that. Thank you so much, Chera Gibb, for your
Yep, thank
time
you.
today, chatting with us a little bit about what's going on over in your neck of the woods. And one last time, if you want your chance to win that Polaris from the folks over at Western Power Sports and All Balls Racing Group, you can sign up at winthisbeast.com. Chera Gibb, thank you so much for your
Yeah,
time.
thank you. Thank you.